So now it is that your girl's recording. Let's go ahead. Let's get into this next reaction, shall we? Now, the generosity, shout outs to you. I miss the old Kanye. And as of recent events, Mr. West has just been showing out once again on Twitter of the just craziest things. He's getting dropped left and right from sponsors. I mean, I've gotten used to his antics, but then at this time, I'm like, yeah, no, you gotta go, gang. I hit the block before it is that Elon Musk said, time to get your Twitter page up out of here. So without further ado, let's go ahead. Let's start this up, shall we?
I never hoped to make a video like this. However, at the same time, I'm surprised I hadn't made it sooner. I guess I've been in denial for so long, telling myself this is just another one of his episodes, this is just a phase, not accepting the fact that this is who he is. He is not the person that I once admired. I'm about to start talking as if someone died in my family, or I was just diagnosed with cancer. But me making this video is almost just as bad. I miss the old Kanye. I don't like him anymore. I hate this new one. For the longest time, I believed him to be one of the greatest artists to ever live, and I've been jamming his music literally since elementary school. His albums have had some influence in shaping me into the person I am today. Not only that, I also admired his arrogant personality, which people would argue that was his excuse to be an asshole. And looking back at it, yeah, you're right. But back then, I saw it as confidence, someone who was not afraid to speak their own opinion, even if that opinion didn't really make much sense.
Well, Harriet Tubman never actually freed the slaves. She just had the slaves go work for other white people.
Y'all, we leaving right now.
Even when I didn't agree with almost all of his rants, I would ignore it and pass it off as, oh, he's having a bit of an episode. He's not mentally well. And, excuse me. And I believe I only told myself this because I was still enjoying his new music at the time, and also I didn't want to believe this was the person he is. I mean, in many of his old music and in interviews, the things he has been saying these past few years contradicts what he used to say he stood by. So I used to tell myself, oh, he's being misunderstood. You know, when he said slavery was a choice, he meant that they were mentally still slaves, you know. I used to be one of those dumbass fans doing mental gymnastics trying to justify or explain why he said this horrible thing. And I didn't really realize it then because I was in denial that he's really a cornball. And because his old music being some of my favorite songs ever, I was still holding on to the kid in me that looked up to this man as an inspiration.
It sucks because, like I said, I told y'all this the other day. Graduation, late registration, 808 Heartbreaks, My Dark Twisted Fantasy. I mean, I can even say Yeezus was an album that I enjoyed. You know, it's just the antics is overweighing the body of work at this point. And Kanye's not the only musician, rapper, artist that I feel that way towards now. There's at some point in time, it is like each artist it is that we listen to may or may not be on some BS, right? But it gets down to the point to where it is we have to ask that question of what they're doing. Is it something to where it is that we can able to just get past, or it's just like, all right, we could write it off. Can you know, this looks bad, but can this be redeemable? Can they just damage control everything back to good graces, like all of that stuff? But in this case with Kanye, there is no such thing as redeeming. There's no such thing as redeeming at this point. It's just like, all right, the antics are just way too much. And it's sad. Like I said, I really did enjoy like listening to Kanye West music, but it just doesn't hit the same, bro. It's just way too much, bro. There's no redeeming.
I was living in the past. Nobody want to admit that childhood heroes are horrible people, but it comes to a point where you ask yourself, why are you defending this?
Right.
Why are you still on their side? Because the more you continue to do it, you start to condone their terrible behavior, and then you become a clown just like them. No offense to the people who actually work as clowns. I have respect for y'all. I ain't gonna lie. I had this realization ever since the Alex Jones interview. I had no defense for that foolishness, which is why I didn't really talk about it much at the time it happened, but I still naively had a little sense of hope. He'll realize the error of his actions and apologize. I mean, he did watch Superbad with Jonah Hill, and he said he stopped being racist. So, maybe. And I also believe people can change, and I like having that optimistic view of the world. It keeps me sane. But I also...
You can't be like that with everybody. You know what I mean? Like, yes, people can have a change of heart. They can have a redeeming arc. But with Kanye West, there literally is no redeeming at this point. I mean, if it's not him being on the bullshit, he makes his wife go ahead and be on the bullshit, and it's annoying. It's annoying at this point. You know, when somebody's, unfortunately, I have to say this, when somebody's music isn't going ahead and topping the charts, that's what it is. They start being on bullshit to be somewhat relevant. And this is why I always looked at Kanye as just like when he goes onto these rants, that's how it is that I thought about it. It was just like, all right, he's keeping himself relevant in some form of way. That's why he's doing this. Why anybody would do this, because it gets the people talking. It gets people Google searching up you or your significant other, whatnot. Like, he does something outlandish. He had his wife be on the red carpet, butt ass naked with a sheer dress or an invisible dress, quote unquote. And come to find out, it is like she was one of the highest Google searched people at the Grammys, and they weren't even fucking invited. So it's stuff like that. It's just like, that's not art. That's not artists. That's none of that at that point. It's being desperate, because you know for a fact the music is not gonna be able to do what it's supposed to. I mean, for God's sakes, we've seen Vultures 2. We've seen that the music is starting to speak for itself at this point.
So no, most people don't change, especially when they're adults. They remain dickheads for the rest of their sorry lives, and Kanye has proven that time and time again. And he has proven that again recently with his new batch of tweets. Like, oh my God, bro. The Virgil tweet hurt my heart. That was disgusting.
I'm not gonna lie, that one really was that one was the icing on the cake for me, because not only it is you respected this man when he was alive, you went to his fashion show, you know what I mean? You was front row for Virgil's fashion show that he did. I'm just like, wow, wow. That was really the icing on the cake for me. That's nasty work.
Disgusting. He also said a bunch of other terrible things. He just going on a whole crazy rant. So many things that we'd be here all day if I went through all of them. I think he's still tweeting as I'm talking. Also, the tweets themselves are pretty self-explanatory on why they're terrible. And he said free Diddy. And not only that, he's currently collabing with Diddy's son, who's also an alleged horrible human, in a Yeezy and Sean John collab, promoting this message to free Diddy. Do I need to explain why this is disgusting?
Diddy, come on out.
I better not see.
She's another one that is just also a disgusting person, but I don't need to go any further into why. I think we've already had this conversation before.
Anybody walking around with these shirts on. If you do, you might as well tattoo free R. Kelly on your forehead. Don't free Diddy. Never free Diddy. Keep his ass in prison. He probably having a good time in there anyway. And he's still tweeting his loyal support for Nazis. Oh my God. Saying Hitler was so fresh, he had that shit on. I've never seen an artist so washed in my life. Not only that, you're black. They hate you too. And some defenders might say, he's autistic. He can't help himself. Please do not give me that Elon Musk ass excuse. Or some might say he's just rage baiting. Bro, if he's rage baiting or not, it's still lame. It's loser behavior. There's no excuse to be had. That's just him. It's sad seeing a fall off to this degree, especially from someone I've once looked up to. And this is the biggest fall off I've ever seen in my life. From being known as one of the greatest musicians in not only hip hop, but across all genres, to a bigoted, lame, desperate for attention seeking clown who now will only be mostly known for his controversy rather than his music.
I told you. I told you, once it is that they start doing that route of the drama, the controversy and stuff like that, the music's not hitting the same. The music's not being put out, bro. Unfortunately, this is what it is that we've boiled down to.
Has ruined his legacy. So please do not comment about me making a Vultures 3 video or a Bully video, because that's not happening. Those albums aren't anything to look forward to anyway. You might ask, what happened to separating art from the artist? First of all, I'm most likely gonna remake that video because it's not the best explained. There's so much stuff I failed to talk about in that vid.
Smoking crack.
And second of all, he's putting AI in his music now. So where's the art? What art am I separating from his new albums? There's no art to be found with AI. Man, I'm just tired. Tired and exhausted of the bullshit. I listened to Heard Him Say the other day, his opening song from Late Registration, and I almost cried. Like tears welling up in my eyes. I was emotional. Not like sobbing, like, like, nah, not like that. But my chest was hurting because I genuinely can't believe the man who made this song is the person he is today. Yep. I'm not looking forward to any current or future Kanye news, whether that be his music, clothes, tweets, or him and his wife being weird. None of that. I'm done. I gotta pick a new person to stand now. So this channel is switching from Kanye to Playboy Cardi. Yeah, this is a car.
So you're gonna go from depression to another form of depression. Why, bro? Why? No. You need to go back and find a new artist, bro. I feel bad for Playboy Carti fans, and with all the gimmicks it is that he does. No, it's just like, bro, at this rate, the generosity, you're a masochist, bro. You are a masochist. You love pain, bro, because there's no way. Right, you could have chose anybody else other than this man, bro. Come on.
Cardi only channel now. He's never done a terrible thing in his life.
Now you know that was some bullshit.
All my favorite artists are terrible people. But yeah, I'm done with Kanye from now on. So in conclusion, I'm just gonna listen to the Smiths instead to get my mind off of this. Morrissey has never done me wrong. Oh wait, he's evil too? Man, fuck!
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, alright. Alright, bro. I ran out of he made graduation. Hey, listen, you know, this is not the Kanye West it is that we know, bro. That Kanye West is long and gone at this point. Dead. Oh, he might as well be at this point because, you know, I don't know who this person is, but that's not the Kanye West it is that I know. But the generosity, shout outs to you. Thank you so much for the video. Shout outs to y'all in the chat. Shout outs to you at home. And I'll catch y'all in the next video.
Oh, chosen trickster.